Welcome back.
Cheap Seats episode 45. It's just myself and Mason today. Everyone else is busy. I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing stuff. Yeah, there we go. Fancy little nameplate. Pop that up. So, how are we feeling so far? Fantasy playoffs
Fuck that.
starting. You and
So
me
dumb.
both not
Didn't
in
make it.
It sucks.
It
It really
does.
sucks missing.
Yeah, well, I have an excuse. It's my first year. What's your excuse?
See, I won. I'm gonna sound like a not to attack Cowboys fans, but I'm gonna sound like a Cowboys fan here. Where you're like, we won a lot in the '90s. That's me for like the past 2 years. I won 2 championships in a row.
And then is it going to be every year after that? It's going to be like, it's our
I'll be
year?
like, well, I won 2 in a row, so
Yeah, and then it's our year this year?
yeah, that's the card I'm just gonna pull every year. I'm just gonna default to that and not argue at all. But I blame most of it on Justin Jefferson getting hurt, and then a lot of my other plays getting hurt too, and not even my players getting hurt, but my quarterbacks for my players getting hurt, like Aaron Rodgers getting hurt, really fucked me at the start of the year. Kirk Cousins, getting hurt, really fucked me.
I blame it on Ramondre Stevenson.
What, for getting hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
He does so good.
And the funny thing is that you and me were both on the verge of making playoffs.
Yeah. I needed you to lose, and I needed to win.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen. We both lost because we both suck.
Yeah. I was 6-7. You were 6-7. What needed to happen was you were playing Cooper, who was also 6-7. He got the final playoff spot.
Mm-hmm.
But for the scenario for me to get in was I needed to beat Dyson and then score 20 more points than Cooper if Cooper won. And if you would have won, I would have got in just off of beating Dyson. I didn't end up beating Dyson anyways because his team's just fucking stacked and Tua sold on Monday night.
Crazy like that.
But and then your scenario to get in would have been
you to lose and
me to lose and you to win.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, would you beat Cooper in points for? You'd probably have to put up.
It wouldn't matter because we had the same record.
Yeah, you're right. So you would have just had to win and then have me lose, and then Cooper was basically winning in as long as he put up enough points. So
yep, shitty week in fantasy for
the king goes down.
Us.
I'm gonna say it sucks, but I'm gonna look at it in a positive way, and I'm gonna say that next year I'm gonna come back. I'm not gonna promise first place. I'm gonna do better.
Yeah,
we're going back to the drawing board this offseason.
This was a learning experience for me this year. I fucking still trying to figure out how the app works, and then I went to trade someone, but I accidentally dropped them. Yeah. Got fucked out of that deal.
On the bright side, actually, you didn't take last place. So yeah, and the way we do it in our league is that we will just take the worst record and put them in last. Because
are we doing the toilet bowl winner?
No, the last place is going to be the worst record. Devin's already going to be last place. So that's what we did last year with Bryce. I think Bryce didn't finish last.
Actually, no.
Bowl, but
Nick. Unless Nick won.
So the toilet bowl is basically for nothing. It's like a consolation playoffs. I mean, it don't really mean anything.
Nick might get last if Devin wins out, I think.
I don't think it affects your record, though, once you're in the playoffs. I think your record stays the same.
Yeah, it doesn't matter anyway. Nick won last week, so he's 5-9, and Devin is 2-12.
Yeah. So the people who got in, first seed Dyson, second seed Greg, third seed Bryce,
fourth is Dyson, fifth is Cameron, and then sixth is Cooper.
Fourth is Bryce, you mean?
No, fourth is Dalton.
Oh, Dalton, you said Dyson.
Oh, whoops. Yeah. And then in the toilet bowl, 7th seed is Jarrett, then I'm 8th, and then it's Nick in 9th, and then 10th is Devin.
Yeah.
And I'm projected to lose, and that pisses me off.
So be prepared for... I don't know if we're really going to do much fantasy playoff coverage on in terms of the Instagram and TikTok page, but I would like to post the winner at least, and then their team, and then we'll probably do something for the fantasy punishment when we do that. So
yeah, for sure.
Be prepared for that in the future. But in terms of regular NFL news, the Rams and Ravens played, and the Ravens won 37-31, and they won off a kick return for a touchdown.
I saw that.
I forget the guy who did it, but it was insane.
It was a backup, actually. Someone else was hurt, and then he was in because he was hurt.
He was the backup kick returner, and then he took it back to the house. And I feel like that's the second time that's happened in overtime this year. Because the first time was Well, there was Bills versus Jets week 1. Xavier Gibson returned it in overtime to win the game for the Jets.
I think it
So
was the Ravens second time, or
was
unless it
it?
was just whole league second time this year.
I don't know. I would have to look it up, but I think that's pretty impressive. I feel like the Ravens, Super Bowl favorites in my opinion. They're right there with the Niners.
Yeah,
My
I
like,
think Niners are gonna take it instead.
they are really fucking good, dude.
They are. They're
That's the
always
thing.
good.
And like, I don't think Brock Purdy is an elite quarterback by any means.
Mm.
But when you have weapons around him and he's a good game manager, like we saw Cam
Like
Newton
Cam
clip.
Newton said, with
Cam
his
Newton
weird
said,
hat.
yeah, I don't know what the fuck he's doing. He's wearing a fedora that's cut into a baseball cap.
Yeah,
But
he's a odd fella.
yeah, he said, now this was kind of a hot take where he said Purdy is a game manager, Jared Goff is a game
Jared
manager,
Goff is not a game manager.
Dak Prescott is a game manager, and there's one other guy in there. Do you remember the other guy?
Mm. No, or
Oh, Tua. Was it
yeah,
Tua? It
it
might have been
was
Tua.
Tua. Yeah.
I can maybe see Jared Goff being a game manager, but like he's played pretty well. Not really so much recently, but if you look at the whole season and kind of like
I guess. Yeah.
overall view, he's played good. But Dak Prescott being a game manager, that's wild. That's a wild take. He's been good. He's been like MVP level, and that's why people are talking about him in the MVP
Mm-hmm.
conversation. So you to like dunk on him and just go, oh, he's a game manager.
Pretty sure he's the highest rated quarterback this year.
Yeah. Ah, he might be honestly, but I don't agree with him being a quote unquote game manager. Purdy, I get it. A lot of good weapons around him. Goff, I kind of get it. That's kind of the label he's had throughout his career is that he's more of a game manager quarterback. And Tua, that dude is a game manager. I have him as my fantasy quarterback. And I've said throughout the whole year, I don't have Tua because I think he's an elite quarterback. I have Tua because Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, and he has all these weapons
Mm-hmm.
that make him better. So
Yeah,
when
picking Josh Allen was kind of a shitty move. Yeah,
he's better lately, but
Stefan, fucking who else? Gabe Davis, kinda. He's kind of
yeah,
mid as fuck.
he's so inconsistent though.
Yeah,
1 week he has 0 points, and 1 week he has 20. And
he just got 0 points last week.
oh,
Good
go
thing I didn't
figure.
start him. I got 100% productivity though.
That guy can never have a decent week. I swear, he can never have like a consistent. I'm putting up 15 points every game. It's either
When he does good, he does fucking really good. But
Oh,
when
yeah.
he does bad, he gets like 2 points.
it's
It's
a dice
terrible.
roll, dude. It's like playing Russian roulette.
Yeah,
That's the Russian
it
roulette
sucks.
form of fantasy football. He's fucking. Should I start Gabe Davis this week? I think he's gonna have a good matchup. I think he's gonna do good. 0 points.
Yeah.
Like,
I know it would be like against the easiest teams, like
Yeah.
against the Bears or something.
You'd be like, oh, there's no way he's gonna pop off this week. This is
Yeah.
a tough matchup. He's gonna get shut down the whole game. 2 touchdowns, 150 yards
Mhm.
receiving, and probably like 15 catches. Oh, maybe not 15. That's a little extreme, but like
Fuck.
9 catches. But that's the Gabe Davis experience. So,
We should talk about the Vikings and the Raiders.
oh yeah, a whole 3-0
Holy
game.
hell.
What a barn burner.
Yeah. It was funny seeing the outcome of each drive is just punt, 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 punt and a half, punt, punt, field goal, punt, punt, punt.
That's some old school football
That
right
was
there.
funny.
Even though it's not really old school football, they just
Yeah.
both suck. But I don't know what happened to Joshua Dobbs, man. He's falling apart.
He got benched during the game.
Yeah, he did. Now they're gonna start Nick Mullins against the Bengals on Saturday. And you know what I find funny now too is that the NFL media has found a new toy in Tommy DeVito. Now that he's kind of popping off for the Giants, like
Yeah.
they beat the Packers.
Everyone's
obviously.
doing this now.
Yeah. It's like it reminds me of the one fucking meme with Andy from Toy Story. He goes, I don't want to play with you anymore. Fucking throwing Josh Dobbs to the ground. And then he's
Yeah.
like, Tommy DeVito is the new thing in town. So everyone's doing the Italian thing. You see his manager.
Yeah.
He's dressed up like
exactly
a fucking
what you
dime.
think.
It was insane. They're really enforcing the stereotype. They're going for it. So props to them. But I do kind of want to touch on that Packers game quick. So
I didn't even watch it, so
it was not good. They played like
Yeah.
ass the majority of the game. Kind of got it going towards the end there, but then the defense sold in the last drive. Great catch by Malik Heath at the goal line. He ran an out route. It was like right along the goal line. Maybe he didn't get enough depth to where he could have easily scored, but he like caught it and then kind of like bobbled his hands with it and
Mhm.
like extended it over the goal line barely as his hands were out here and it didn't get batted away. So that set up a touchdown for them to be in the lead, like 24 or 22 or whatever it was.
That was the ending
Oh,
score, I thought.
that was 22-21, I think the score.
Yeah.
And then
And then the field goal tied it up.
yeah, they went for the
I mean,
2-point
not tied it,
conversion.
won it.
They didn't get the 2-point conversion because, well, some people are knocking the call of doing a sweep to Jaden Reed. Like he kind of came in this orbit motion behind Jordan Love and they kind of gave it to him. So they came to the left side of the formation. I think Jaden Reed's been really good this year. He's been a very good wide receiver for the Packers and been a great weapon. Some people don't like the play call because they ran that a lot against the Giants.
Yeah.
But Jaden Reed had a touchdown if he would have just took the edge there. I don't know why he tried to cut back up and in because I think it was Rasheed Walker. He pancaked the corner on the edge and he easily had a touchdown if he would have just took it to the pylon. But
Oh,
whoa,
yeah.
pylon. But
Wow.
he didn't end up doing that. And then Giants came back down the field. DeVito, he hit it was like an out route to Wan'Dale Robinson or something. Keyshawn Nixon got burnt, and then that set him up for the field goal, and they won the game. So not the way you want to do it if you're the Packers this week. So let's talk about the Chiefs versus the Bills and Mahomes.
Fucking terrible call. Fucking terrible.
Now Mahomes has been the poster boy of the NFL recently. And I don't understand how you can go out there and that's like I saw someone say that's the first time Mahomes has actually embarrassed himself on the field. And that's not a good look when it was clearly an offsides call. And like I've heard Chiefs fans saying, why didn't the ref warn him that he was offsides or anything? Like
Yeah.
you can, you've played football, you can check on the line if you're a wide receiver and say, hey, am I supposed to be on the ball, off the ball, or am I over the line? Where am I at? Am I good? But
They don't have to give you a warning. They can
no, you have to
penalize
check
you
with them in
right
order
away.
to do that. And I think Kadarius Toney or someone said that Kadarius Toney checked to see if he was on there, and they told him he was good, but he wasn't. But I think that was just a cover up to like make an
Yeah.
excuse for why you were offsides.
I saw a post of someone that was sitting like right where the ball was placed, and you could see Tony looking at the ref to check, and then he like looked away right away.
Oh, really?
Like he didn't, I don't know. I don't know.
And I don't understand Mahomes like getting all bitching. He was bitching about it like
People have to fucking hold him back on the sidelines. Like, shut the fuck
there's
up.
there's no way you can call that. Like, but it's a
Fucking ridiculous.
he was like saying the week before I was okay with them not calling the PI on Valdez Scantling when they were playing the Packers because uh that was just the boys playing, you're just letting the men play and then you get to this situation where like, oh, you can't call that in this situation. That's a pre-snap penalty. That's not like during the snap. That's not
Yeah.
aggressive hand fighting or anything. That's not like physicality. That's just a mental error. Like you are in a spot where you're going down for a game-winning drive and you got to be in the right headspace to check everything like that.
Well, if he wants to think that's a bullshit call, a real bullshit call was that unnecessary roughness when they hit Patrick Mahomes when he was in bounds.
Oh yeah,
That was a
exactly.
bullshit call.
That was a bullshit
You
call.
can see it clearly on the replay that he was still in bounds, got hit, and they still threw the flag.
Yeah. I think Mahomes is just overly frustrated with his whole situation in
He's a
Kansas
pussy.
City. I don't know if I call him a pussy.
Well,
but, like,
I mean, like, really? Come
yeah,
on.
he was fired up, but they've been losing a lot lately, and their team's made a lot of mistakes. And
That
I
was
feel like
I'm pretty sure that was the first time that they've lost 2 games in a row under Patrick Mahomes.
that might actually been.
I'm pretty sure it was, and I think that's why he's pissed because his little privileged ass has never lost 2 games in a row.
He's not used to losing, and when you got, I think there was more of a thing where like you can't take it out on your teammates, like you can't take it out on Kadarius Toney. You want to be pissed at him for like, why don't you fucking check that? Because that play by Travis Kelce, insane play, dude. Like hitching it back like 20 yards for him to
there
score.
was 3 people on him too.
But you can't like go out there and bitch at your teammate in the press conference. You gotta like put it on someone and put it on the refs.
Like during the press conference, he's like bitching about how it's gonna affect Travis Kelce's Hall of Fame. Shit.
Yeah, like that
shut
one
the
would have been
fuck up.
great for the highlight reel.
No one cares.
It's still
He's
gonna be
had
in
so
the
many
highlight
other
reel.
fucking plays.
I don't give a fuck if it was a penalty or not. It's still gonna be in the highlight reel. It was a good
Yeah,
play.
fucking Jesus. These guys work really hard, and it just really sucks because I know how hard he works for it.
Really fucking hard for me.
No, you gotta do. You gotta do the Kermit impression.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Oh man.
It's really fucking hard. What are we doing?
I don't know, dude. Pat Mahomes kind of a. I'm not gonna call him a bitch, but it was
He's
a
a
bitch,
bitch.
move. It was a bitch move.
He's a bitch.
I will say.
Anyways,
Moving
also on the Kansas City Chiefs
on.
about that call, he said that you can't call that penalty on such a big play in a big game like that. But back in the Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl? Super Bowl. Sorry. There was that controversial holding call on or PI holding
Yeah, it was
on the Eagles
I
defender.
forget if it was defensive holding or if it was pass interference. It might have
I
been
don't
defensive
remember which
holding, I
one it
think.
was, but
But
that
he
was
barely
a
gripped his jersey. It was like back here.
that was a pretty big call for a pretty big game, but who gives a shit about that one?
Yeah,
Wow.
and
Ooh.
they can fact check this, but I don't remember Mahomes saying anything about that call after being like, "Oh, they should have just let the boys play."
Yeah.
It was. It's kind of one of those things where, like, I mean, it happens to a lot of people, so I'm not just going to pin it on Mahomes.
Mhm.
But you know, you want both ways of the street, but you don't get it. That's not how it goes. And when something doesn't work on your favor, people get upset. So
Also, still on the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes is like such a bitch.
that's
He
wild.
is.
That's wild.
Because if you're really gonna be that upset about the call, like just shut up and accept it. Like what is bitching gonna do about it?
well, it ain't
And
going
then
to
you
change
go
anything.
you go to fucking talk to Josh Allen and you're like crying to him. You're like, such a bullshit. I've never seen a worse call. Fucking terrible. Like shut the fuck up. You should have got punched in your mouth.
Josh Allen's just sitting
He's
there
just like looking at him like, what the
okay.
fuck are you talking about? Boo fucking who? Like what a bitch.
Oh,
Like he's the
he was
epitome
fired
of
up.
bitch.
He was
Who
fired up.
cares? The game's over. You can't change it. Stop being a fucking crybaby pussy.
That man's a competitor. That's
I don't
what
give
it
a fuck.
is.
He's a bitch. I'm standing by it. Patrick Mahomes is a bitch.
Fair enough. Man, people are not going to be happy about that.
I don't give a fuck. No one watches this shit. Who am I gonna fucking offend?
So, the other Monday night game that happened besides the Packers Giants was Miami Dolphins and the Tennessee Titans. Will Levis feasted and he took the Titans over the Dolphins, and Tyreek Hill got hurt. Tua kind of struggled. But Will Levis, I don't know if you remember when he got drafted, there was that chick he was with in the draft room who had like a red dress and like red lips that was his girlfriend or whatever.
I have no clue.
Pretty good looking chick, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
And they were dating or whatever, and they eventually broke up. I don't know why, but so now dudes who are Will Levis fans or like Titan fans, they go in her Instagram caption and then or in her comments and they fucking post his stat line in there. They just go in there and like bombard her with his stat line. Like,
Just
this is what
wait
you're
until
missing out on.
Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift fucking break out.
Oh, dude.
Imagine how bad that's gonna be.
That's gonna be war when
That's gonna be terrible.
You
Or
got-
if fucking Jonathan Owens and
Owens and
Simone Biles break
yeah.
up. That one's gonna be really big too.
Yeah, I think
I don't think that's a really known relationship in the
that's one of the
NFL.
lesser known ones.
like. How is it? She's a multiple time Olympian gold medalist.
See, that's one of
Like-
those cases where like she's definitely the breadwinner. Like Jonathan Owens, I love
Obviously,
I love Jonathan Owens,
yeah.
but like not to knock him, he's not on the same star level that Simone Biles is.
Well, yeah. When you go to the World Olympics and you get multiple gold
Yeah.
medals, obviously not.
Dude's a dog at safety,
Yeah.
but like he kind of knows
We're
his place.
just saying
I'm not
that
trying to
Simone Biles wears the pants. That's all we're saying.
see that I'm trying to like cover or backtrack this here. Where I'm like, because I do like Jonathan Owens,
Yeah, me too.
but he's not like the breadwinner. That's all I'm saying. It's Simone Biles, like, and I think he would kind of recognize that. No hate to Jonathan Owens. That's just how it is.
This doesn't really play into or tie into football anywhere, but do you know how short she is?
How short?
Fucking like, I'm pretty sure she's barely breaking 5 foot.
Oh my god!
Like she is short.
Is that good for gymnasts to be shorter?
I have no clue.
I'm not.
Get Nick in here;
well-versed.
he'll know all about it.
Oh,
Cause
he
fucking
would.
Livy Dunn,
Yeah. Livy Dunn's biggest simp, Nicholas.
Simone Biles. Let's see how tall she is. It's crazy to think she's 4'8".
Oh my god!
She is
4'8"?
fucking tiny.
She's small as a child.
She went into little Jamaica in Green Bay.
Oh, really?
You know, yeah.
That's wild.
That's
4-8.
crazy that we have a
Damn.
Olympic gold medal. What is it? Okay,
Wow.
gold medalist.
Yeah,
Like in Green Bay.
that's nuts.
That still like shocks me that famous people like that are in the town that we've been in multiple like a lot of
Think
times.
about that, right? When you're sitting there, you're
Yeah,
like,
you're like, holy fuck,
damn.
there's a lot of cool people here.
Yeah.
Not just a bunch of alcoholics and fat asses.
Don't know where the cool people are hiding at.
Yeah.
We're not on the right block, but
Yeah, well, we downtown Green Bay,
dude,
don't go
there's
there.
a
That's
spot.
why.
There's a spot over by in Ashwaubenon,
They've
like
got to
kind of
all be
close
in
to the
De
mall.
Pere.
Probably around there and around the stadium. But you ever seen that restaurant that's India Bhavan? It's like
Where is
right
it?
across from the Golden Corral. I forget what fucking road it
By the
is.
Toyota dealership?
Yeah, kind of by there. It's like a white building with red letters, says India Bhavan on it. Fucking
Maybe.
Aaron Rodgers apparently used to go in that place all the time, and now every time I drive past it,
Is
it's
it
like Aaron
that?
Rodgers has been there.
Is it that one really small one
Yeah,
with the
it's like
big
small.
parking lot, and there's like no other buildings like on that
Yeah,
side of the road?
it's that one.
Yeah,
That's tucked like right behind the highway
yeah,
entrance.
right by the highway underpass.
Isn't that crazy to think that like
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers says he used to go there all the time?
our bikes broke down there. We were sitting in that parking lot waiting for Tells.
Just
Dyson's bike broke down there.
imagine you're sitting there and Aaron Rodgers pulls up in like an SUV or whatever.
There was not a single car. I don't even know if the place is still open.
I don't know. They never like seem super busy, but
Yeah.
apparently Rodgers said their food's very good. I'm not really an Indian food guy, but
Well, Aaron Rodgers is into a lot of weird shit, so.
well, yeah.
But I mean,
Explains
fuck,
it.
we might have to get into some
He-
weird shit so we can be cool like Aaron.
He does seem like the hipster type to be like,
Yeah.
and
I'm
you
hip
guys
with
are
the
all going to
kids."
these other restaurants. I'm really into India Bhavan. Really all about it.
Yeah.
We should get an India Bhavan sponsor or Indian Bhavan, whatever it is.
No,
No, that'd be great.
no, we're good.
If it gets me a tie to Aaron Rodgers, then we're good.
Being a Packers fan is a tie enough.
Good enough. All right. Then let's touch on Bears upsetting the Lions.
That surprised me a lot. I didn't watch that game.
You know, I was really tempted to pick the Bears.
You were about to, and I think I persuaded you.
Yeah,
not to.
because they almost beat them the first time around. I think I brought that up last week. And then I was like, there's no fucking way it happens again, though. And Bears just got their number, I guess.
Yeah.
Now the Bears fans love you, hate you, but love you.
Fuck you.
It's all going to their head because now they have like a 1% chance to make the playoffs or something. It might be more than 1%.
Well, we had
chance.
an 8% chance, and now we're
Yeah.
at like 60 something.
But now they hold the first overall pick because Carolina, has been sucking and they own that pick. And they also have a chance to make the playoffs now if they win out and then some other stuff happens in their favor. I've seen a lot of Bears fans get like kind of overly hyped about it, being like, Bears playoffs this year?
This is big news for them. When's the last time they've been in the playoffs?
To be fair, I don't think they expected to even be in the playoffs at all.
Yeah,
So-
so not their Bears fans.
I can't knock on them. Well, especially last year when you finished like worst in the league or whatever it was. And now this year you're actually playing decent. You're playing some good football. But it's just like kind of going in their heads. We're like, oh, we can maybe get in the playoffs.
Oh, we're gonna beat the Packers. No.
They definitely week 18, dude. They're definitely gonna think they're gonna come to Green Bay and beat us. Now that we say that, they're probably going to. Because why would I ever say anything that's gonna hit on this podcast? But
Yeah. Well,
who knows?
for if any Bears players, which obviously aren't listening, but for the odd out of this world chance that there is, let us know if there's a bratwurst lady that offers you
Yeah.
brats after your
Do
shower.
you guys got a fucking bratwurst lady
Yeah.
dropping
Fun
stuff off?
fact about Lambeau. What's the guy's name? Ross something.
Ross Tucker, was it?
Yeah, Ross Tucker. He used to play for the Redskins way back in like 2007. He shared a clip off of his podcast, Bold.
Very bold.
And
move.
he said that there was a brat lady that gives every opposing team player a brat after the game. Like once you're done showering and you're about to get on the bus and shit, that she's there with not a hot dog, a brat.
I thought you were gonna say hot pocket for a second. And I said, what a fucking downgrade. She gives
Yeah.
you like a lukewarm hot pocket, like ham.
It's the ham and cheese one. Yeah, disgusting.
Like half eaten.
Could at least be pizza.
dude. Ham and cheese ain't that bad though.
We're not going to end
We're not
this.
getting into that, but
yeah, anyways, if for the very insanely slim chance that a Bears player hears this, let us know if that's still a thing.
that'd be dope. Even giving it. See, we're so kind here. We even give it to rival teams.
Yeah, everyone says that Green Bay fans are the friendliest.
That might actually be right.
Yeah, because we're all fat and we can't do shit.
Yeah,
like,
we're just.
I'm pretty
happy.
sure Green Bay is the fattest, one of the fattest.
Did we look this up?
Like towns in the U.S.
We definitely looked this up. Like
we're definitely like
way
what
back.
is it? It's like 44 out of the 50 top drunkest counties are in Wisconsin.
Yeah, like
so suck it, bitches.
Like every single county here is almost blue.
Yeah,
and then I remember watching one guy make a TikTok about it, and he was like, and if you think that one like kind of empty white county here is like maybe something that's like a sobriety county or maybe they're Mormons or something, it's like that's a lake. It's insane.
Yeah.
So
well, we're proud of it. So fuck off.
There you go. Last little bit of NFL news. We'll dive in quick. Cowboys dominate the Eagles on Sunday Night Football. Yeah, I mean, I think the majority of us picked the Cowboys in that game, but I feel like that was more of a stab in the dark because we didn't really know how the Eagles were going to rebound against the Niners. And I was like, hey.
I think it was me and you are the only ones that picked the Cowboys. I'm pretty sure everyone else won the Eagles. Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, well, fuck me.
But the Cowboys played really good. They dominated them, and I feel like the Eagles are they need to get in the right headspace, man. They're kind of falling apart.
Yeah, they're going downhill. Now it's going to change now that we bring it up, but recently they've been going downhill.
I would kind of bank on them losing the NFC East out to the Cowboys because now I believe the record's tied. And
it is.
The Cowboys, if they keep playing like they're playing, they might win out and get that first seed or second seed. So ideally, you're going to want the first seed, but the Niners might get that.
So maybe Dak is going to get NFL MVP and then Super Bowl MVP if he brings it all the way.
Let's not get too far here because
it's our year.
Cowboy fans are they're going to get excited.
Full circle.
I think this might be a hot take too, but I dislike the Eagles more than the Cowboys.
Yeah,
I think
because they're shitty.
Well, we've talked about last week that their fans are awful, and like Cowboys fans aren't good either.
They should be trough people.
The Cowboys like jokes are so fucking beaten into the ground that like I get it, dude. Like, oh, Cowboys, this is our year. Oh, Cowboys. Oh, like they always dunk on the Cowboys for nothing.
It's just like the Broncos too.
Oh, what's that one meme? Oh, like where they put all the quarterbacks that beat the Cowboys, and they're like, "Are y'all still them boys?" It's every fucking year with that thing. Yeah. Dude. Like, we get it.
They haven't been them boys for a while.
No, they haven't. Like, last time they won a Super Bowl was in the 90s.
Yeah.
I don't think they've been to a Super Bowl since the 90s. So, like, I kind of get it. I think I'm over the Cowboys hate. I can live with it. I can live with them being okay. So, that's what I think.
Also, Trevor Lawrence out for the season. I don't think we brought that up. Or yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, he did something to his hand in that game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember how he got hurt, but yeah, and then they're starting Easton Stick now, I believe.
Trevor Lawrence is coming back.
You see his practice? He played last week. He played against the Jaguars, or not against the Jaguars, against the Browns.
I guess we're a little late for this.
Yeah, and the Browns ended up winning that game. Joe Flacco looking like prime Joe Flacco back in like 2012. Mm-hmm. David Njoku, huge game, but Browns pretty good.
Speaking of that, real quick before you go into our break, back in the 2000s, the NFL was so much better. We had so many better players. It's a bunch of pussies now, like Patrick Mahomes. Fuck you.
Well, the league is definitely softer.
Yeah. I think we had better playmakers back then.
I think we're in a weird transitional period when it comes to quarterbacks of like where there's some franchise guys, but like we're kind of in a period where like we just lost a bunch of franchise guys, right? Like Rodgers is close to retiring probably. Brady retired. Drew Brees retired. Peyton Manning retired.
Eli Manning retired.
Eli Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, Phillip Rivers. I could keep going. Like all these guys. Andrew Luck. All these guys who were like generational quarterback talents and like staples of a franchise. They all retired, and now like teams are trying to scramble to put that together. And when you think of guys who are kind of in that next tier of being franchise guys, like I think Mahomes is already established as a franchise guy.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen is kind of there.
He's working it.
He's worked so far there for a couple of years, and I don't really think the Bills would give him up.
Mm-mm.
Uh,
No shot. No fucking way.
Joe Burrow's in that. He's in that tier.
Oh yeah, I'd say Lamar too.
Lamar's probably in that tier too. And then, can you put Dak Prescott in that tier? He's been their quarterback
If
for a
he
while.
would have been consistent, like at what he is now, then yes.
Yeah, but
In a few years, I would say yes.
yeah, I don't think he's there yet. I think some of the recency bias is kind of setting over me where I'm like,
Mhm.
he deserves to be in there, but it's just not yet. And then like, who else, man? You got
You can't really put Deshaun.
no, he is no, by no means he is not a franchise
Deshaun
guy.
MVP.
There it is. He's not even coming back this year, I think,
Yeah,
right? He's
I
hurt.
don't know.
But I mean, I think that's about it. You got Burrow, you got Mahomes, you got Allen, you got Jackson. And what about the NFC? I mean, Prescott, well, Jalen Hurts, ready to put Hurts in that conversation of being a.
He's pretty good.
Is he elite, though? Isn't he an elite quarterback?
I mean,
Turns the ball over a lot.
last year, Super Bowl.
Yeah.
This year, almost
dominant team.
led the whole fucking, his whole division, like damn near the whole year
That's
until
fair.
now.
Yeah.
I'm
I don't know.
starting to see a trend.
I think
what I'm
he's got
saying.
he was in MVP talks earlier this year. Now he's kind of faded out.
Yeah.
But I think I got to see him win an MVP or he's got to go to another Super Bowl or something for me to put him in that tier. And then Rodgers obviously is already, he's the guy that's like, he's not going to be the next generation, but he's a franchise guy right now.
Yeah.
Even if he's older and not as good, still a franchise guy. But besides that, I can't think of anyone that comes to mind as like a poster boy at the NFL. Like this guy is going to be like a Drew Brees or like a Tom Brady.
Are we only talking quarterbacks here?
Well, as of now, quarterbacks only. Like, who do you think is a generational talent out there that like is a staple of a franchise for years to go?
For quarterbacks.
Well, it could be either. Any position.
Probably say Tyreek. He's
Tyreek
fucking killing it.
Yeah. He's probably going to have a lot of longevity too. He'll be around for a while.
Yeah.
I think Christian McCaffrey's
Maybe
probably
not
there
with the
too.
McDonald's he's eating before the game.
Hey, if it works for him,
I mean, whatever. But
it works for me. He
Yeah.
was eating McDonald's. He's on that Chad Ocho Cinco diet.
Mm-hmm.
He's like saying, you don't need to eat all those leafy greens and crap. You just eat McDonald's and you'll be all right.
Yeah.
Worked for him. I mean,
Whatever.
so I think Tyreek's probably, he's going to be one of the best to ever do it. McCaffrey going to be one of the best to
Oh
ever
yeah.
do it at running
He's
back.
fucking nuts. Wicked.
Insane talent. And then besides that, I don't know if I could put anyone else in like Jefferson will probably be one of the best to ever do it at wide receiver, I think.
What about Diggs? Diggs is pretty good too.
Diggs? I feel like Diggs
On that line.
is going to be a Hall of Famer. He's kind of on that line for me where like he teeters between Hall of Fame talent and like just good enough, but not good enough to get in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So like I think
Kelsey, obviously.
Kelsey's going to be a Hall of Famer, no doubt. I think both of both Travis and Jason Kelsey
Yeah.
will be Hall of Famers. But I think that's what I got on that. I could probably dive into a couple more, but I don't want to get us too tied up in it. So
Yeah, anyways, I'm gonna keep going.
yes, you're gonna keep going.
Yeah. So since we're talking about it, how the NFL used to be better when we were kids, I'd say like 2012 Packers.
Oh, insane!
Fucking
What a group.
Jordy Nelson, Devontae Adams, Randall Cobb, Aaron
Devontae Adams
Rodgers.
wasn't 2012, was he?
When was he?
I think he was maybe 2014,
I don't know
2015.
what fucking year he was, but when that
But
was
you're
a
right
thing,
about
David Bakhtiari,
yeah. They had
all these guys.
that
Holy fuck, were they
receiver room.
stacked?
The receiver room is insane because they had
It was
like
nuts.
you said, Jordy Nelson. They have great
Donald Driver.
Donald Driver, Greg Jennings.
Yeah.
James Jones was insane too.
Fucking just unbelievable.
That was an insane room. And then running back too. They had Eddie Lacy before he got like super
fat as fuck. Holy shit.
before Eddie Cheeseburger came around.
Yeah.
But that was a pretty good team. The defense, I think, on that unit was pretty stellar too. And
Well, even offense, BJ Raji defense.
BJ Raji,
was
Clay
goat.
Matthews was a baller.
That's why I picked my football number, because Clay Matthews.
Yes,
that was my
Clay
favorite
Matthews,
player.
dude.
So I was number 52 as a running back.
He used to be a wrecker, dude.
I was a lineman too.
Yeah, that's true. I think I had 26 because my first option I wanted was 13. Couldn't get it. 23. Couldn't get
Was it
it.
because of Odell?
26. No, 13 because that was my
Hmm.
soccer number when I played soccer.
Soccer? What the
And
fuck is wrong with
when I
you?
played soccer in elementary school, I was 13.
Oh.
But
You were 13 in elementary school? Fucking idiot.
yeah, super senior, but elementary school level.
Yeah.
But yeah, that team was insane. They had Rodgers quarterback, obviously, and
We had Rogers receiver too. I forgot his first name.
Richard Rodgers at tight
Yeah,
end.
him.
Was that
Was it tight
2012?
end?
He was a tight end.
Oh.
I remember the Miracle in Motown where it was in Detroit, and then that like the
Yeah, and it
Packers were
was
trailing
the
the whole
Hail
game.
Mary for the game.
Yeah, it was like last second there was a penalty.
Yeah.
That was a very controversial face mask, but they grabbed his face mask, and
Mhm.
then we got a free play at the end of the game, and threw it up to Richard Rodgers. He just comes underneath, snatches it. Insane.
Man, I'm gonna
Nothing
start
better.
crying. Now
Yeah.
the Packers,
Start tearing up. Yeah.
we're all right.
Yeah.
You think we'll ever get back to that?
Someday.
That was probably. I think that was peak Packers.
That was peak Packers.
I don't think you're gonna get better than that.
I don't know, man. We'll
With
see
all-
how love pans
With
out.
all the rules and shit now, it's gonna be hard because before you could just fucking
Well, I think the
quarterback's
NFL was
fucking basically dead.
probably a better product back then.
Yeah.
I think just because it was more entertaining. Because I feel like there's less penalties and less restrictions on like safety and that. So
I think Aaron Rodgers had a huge part to play in the peak Packers too, because
well, no doubt.
the free plays that he got by the hard snaps and when there's 12 man on the field when they're trying
Yeah.
to get him off, getting all these free plays, fucking then you can just whip it like a motherfucker.
Was insane.
He was the
too.
best at that shit.
He could throw like it crazy arm angles. Like people glaze Mahomes now for throwing crazy
Yeah.
arm angles. Rodgers been doing that since fucking 2008, man. He's been a baller.
I have another NFL thing.
Oh boy.
Last one. So, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, and Jordan Love, they all have the same passing form.
I saw that. They
Whenever
all can jump and throw.
Yeah, whenever they
no feet
throw
on the
it,
ground.
both their fucking feet are off. We shouldn't give this to them because then someone's going to get a hold of it. Then everyone's going to be good. And
Yeah.
But anyways, no one listens to this. But they have both, I don't know. Their form is like exactly the same.
I feel
That's all I'm
like-
saying.
I feel like it's kind of a reach though. You know, like I see the similarities.
You think it's a
between
coincidence
Rodgers.
though? Because they're all like pretty good.
Maybe it's because they're all taught from one another. But
Probably.
I don't know. I wasn't like around for much of the Favre days. Like his
Me
last
either.
time in Green Bay, like we're younger. So 2007 was like his last year in Green Bay, I think.
I didn't even know what football was in 2007.
I was 5 years old
I was
in
4.
2007. So when I think of football, like I think of like 2010, probably like the first time around,
Yeah.
where I really remember stuff from the season. And I can say though, I mean Rodgers and Love, very similar throwing motions. Very gunslinger-ish, or they'll
Yeah.
do like the crazy arm angles. You'll see Love get out there and jump without setting his feet at all, sidearm, doing all that crazy stuff. So, but
It's crazy how accurate he is sometimes too. Like
yeah,
I don't know like, how he can go from like playing like fucking all-star level and then just the next week it's just fucking like what are you doing?
you know, the thing I've noticed a lot too with Jordan Love is that usually if he's gonna have an off day, you can tell pretty early on, and he
Yeah.
never really figures it out. For
He's
the
pretty
rest of the game.
consistent through the game though, but it's
Yeah.
not really a good thing when he does bad. 'Cause
Like,
then he just continues to do bad.
If he starts out hot, he usually finishes pretty hot, and
Yeah.
if he starts out cold, I mean, he's gonna
Yeah.
stay cold.
Doesn't turn the oven on.
He only
He
heated
does
up
not
a
heat
little
up.
bit during the Giants game. Like what I noticed from that game is start out very cold, missed a lot of like easy throws,
Yeah.
overthrowing receivers left and right, and like, but sure he kind of figured it out a little bit towards the end. They put some points up on the board, but he never really heated up to the level he was the 3 weeks prior. And I don't know what was in the headspace there, but it just wasn't put together nicely. So that's what I've noticed. I think if Love, that's probably something he's got to work on next year, where if you get off to a cold start, I mean, that's going to happen for every quarterback.
Mhm.
You got to figure it out going through the game, and you got to be able to kind of take what you did in the first half and learn from it and put that towards the second half.
I think it's because it's his rookie year or rookie starting year.
Yeah. First year starting.
And
Yeah.
he's getting I think he's like getting into his head too much.
The confidence thing. I think that was an issue really early on in the season was confidence for him. But
But
now it seems
now-
like he's pretty confident.
Yeah, he's confident, but now when he goes out there, you got to keep in mind. I'm sure he's thinking, it's my first year. I need to do fucking great.
Yeah.
Like, I need to make my impression here. And he's going out there, then does something bad, and he's like, fuck. Like, just
Right.
weighing on him the whole game, and then he just can't pick it up.
It's really a mental game too. Like
Yeah.
it's a lot of physicality in football, but partially part of that is mental. You gotta be in a good headspace. You gotta understand what you're capable of, and you gotta leave it all out on the field. Like you can't let that dwell on you. If you overthrow a receiver on like an easy touchdown or something,
hmm
yeah, that sucked. But you got to go out there and just play the next play.
Yeah.
And that's
Let the
such a
boys play.
that's such a cliche answer, but it is the truth.
Yeah.
That's like what a coach would say in the interview. He'd be like, "Oh, you just got to go out there and forget about what happened the last play and just let the boys play out
It's
there."
any sport, really.
Yeah, but it's not wrong. So I'm not
Yeah.
gonna diss on it. But
All right. Well, we're going to take a very
we're
late
like
break
40 minutes into the episode. So
this episode.
when we come back, we'll probably do this blind ranking quick, and then we'll dive right into the pick'em. So we'll be back.
Welcome back, folks.
Welcome back from the break. So we got a blind ranking. This
Yes.
one, not football related. I
Boy.
want to be honest with you. This one's a little bit of a change of pace. It's the Christmas season,
Great.
and one of my favorite things about Christmas is cookies. So I love cookies, dude. I got a list of 5 types of cookies. Some of these are not necessarily Christmas cookies. Some of these are, and
I already know my number one.
I want you to rank these. So first up, this is a staple. Maybe your grandma made these or something. Chocolate chip
Oh, we're doing flavors?
flavors.
Oh,
What'd you think?
I was thinking like what kind? Like you can get those what are they? The ones with like the frosting on top.
Oh, I know what you're talking
At,
about. Yeah,
like you get them
those
at the grocery store.
aren't necessarily in this list.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
there
Never
is
mind
like different types of like cookie in this list. So
then. Okay, well I'm starting it fucking strong and hot here.
yeah,
Are we talking fresh cookies?
fresh cookie, fresh out of the oven.
Number one, chocolate chip for sure.
I can't even hate on that. That's a solid pick.
It's a great pick.
You can't go wrong with chocolate chip. It's like an essential.
Yeah.
If you don't know what
It's a
type of cookies to get,
staple.
if you don't know what type of cookies to get when you're going somewhere, just get the chocolate chip.
Yeah.
It'll make a lot of people happy. Number 2, sugar cookie.
Yeah, that's the ones that I was talking about. Those are
When I
sugar
think
cookies.
sugar cookie though, like cooked at home, I don't think
Oh,
not like the soft ones. I do love those though.
I don't know. Put them at like 3.
Okay, sugar cookie at 3. This one I love a lot. Molasses.
The fuck is that?
You never had a molasses cookie?
No.
No way. You're missing out, dude.
That sounds like shit.
They're so good.
I'm gonna say 4. I won't put
Delicious.
them last.
Okay, 4. Oatmeal raisin.
That's 5.
Come on, dude. How are you hating on oatmeal raisin?
Because I don't know what's left. There's definitely something better than the oatmeal raisins.
Okay.
Hopefully.
I personally love oatmeal raisin, I will say.
It's because you're lefty.
Is that why? Go wash your hands, lefty. Shut up, lefty. Go wash your hands. Last one, white chip macadamia.
I knew that was gonna be fucking on here too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's
I'll put it as 2.
That one's a 5 for me.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
think
you
it's as
knew
good.
what's on there.
Yeah. If I were to rank it in order, I would probably go. I think you got to go chocolate chip 1.
Yes.
Can't go wrong with that. As much as I want to kind of argue it, I'd probably go molasses 2, oatmeal raisin 3, sugar cookie 4, white chip macadamia 5.
Okay. If I knew what was on this list, I would be going chocolate chip. Ah, fuck. Sugar cookie, oatmeal raisin, molasses, then white chip, macadamia.
Yes, sir. Decent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was a little bit of a change of pace, but now we get to dive into the week 14 pick'em. Or week 15 pick'em. I'm sorry. I didn't change the thing on the script.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah, I know. So last week's results, just gonna be honest with you, not great across the board. Not
Figured.
great.
I knew it too.
Yeah.
I'm going under 50% now, probably.
You're at 51.4. But
Oh.
so I'll go and run through the scores. We had 5 people picking last week, so everyone picked. For what I did last week, I went 8-7. I'm 120-72 overall with a 62.5%.
I had the best one.
No, you didn't.
Fuck, I was looking at Bryce's. God damn it.
Mason, last week he went 5-10,
Sucked me.
76 and 75 overall with a 51.4%.
Unbelievable.
Still over 50%. There you go. Bryce went 9-6 last week. He did the best.
I was looking at that.
He
one.
went
I thought it was
92, or he's 92 and 68 overall, 57.5%. And Dalton went 5-10, same record as you last week.
yes, sir.
67 and 49 overall with a 57.8%. And then Nick went 7-8 last week with a 47 and 40 overall score and then a 54%. So we can dive
You're in the
again.
triple digits.
Yeah, I picked every show.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you'll be Bryce will be in the triple digits pretty quick if he can tie together 8 wins. He's going to send me his picks, so he's not going to be here to do them on the show. But whatever.
Bitch.
All right, so first game is a Thursday night football game. Battle of the West Coast teams in the AFC West. The Chargers take on the Raiders.
I'm taking the Chargers.
Chargers just lost Herbert.
Really? Yeah, well, the fucking Raiders didn't
They're not
score
very
a
good.
damn point against the Vikings.
I'll take the Raiders. I'll be
Whatever.
ballsy. Feeling it. Chargers have been underwhelming this year. I feel like that's a reoccurring theme though for the Chargers every year is that they suck. So when they should, like on paper, they're a very good team.
Yeah.
In reality, they suck. So then we got 3 Saturday games. Can't believe that. Minnesota at Cincinnati.
Taking the Bengals.
I will also take the Bengals. Jake Browning been pretty good in replacing of Joe Burrow.
Mhm.
Vikings benched Josh Dobbs, and I don't think Nick Mullins is going to be the answer. So take Bengals there. Next up, Steelers at the Colts.
I'm going to pick the Steelers.
Oh, let's see here. Steelers, they lost last week to the Patriots, and then the Colts lost who did they play? Why am I blanking?
Good question.
I forget who they played last week, but I know they lost. So I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go Colts though. I'll go Colts. I don't know if Kenny Pickett's gonna be back or if it's Mitchie T starting at quarterback, but I'll take. Colts.
We should have brought that up. His long ass pass on 4th and 2.
Oh yeah, 4th
My
and
God,
2.
what
Just
an idiot.
gun it down the field.
Hopefully he's a
Brilliant
little
decision.
wiser this time. I think he learned
Right.
from that, and maybe he'll be a smarter quarterback.
Essentials of football: down and
time.
distance, my friend. Down and distance.
Yep.
Didn't really dive too deep into the playbook on that one.
Mm-mm.
All right. Then Denver at Detroit. This one's our game of the week on a Saturday.
Ugh.
Denver's been hot.
Yeah.
Does Detroit rebound off of their 2 losses in a row?
I think they're pretty beat up about losing to the Bears. So I think they're going to be.
It's a tough one. It really is.
It is.
I feel like this is the most competitive game this week. I think I'm going to take Detroit. And I'll tell you why. Because Jared Goff, I was listening to the radio on the way to Cameron's house, and they had the Bears and Lions game on Sunday, and they were talking about Jared Goff's like indoor and outdoor splits. He is a lot better quarterback indoors when he plays in a dome, and he's not very good when he's outdoors. And the rest of his games for the season are in a dome. The Lions have at home against the Broncos, and they play the Vikings twice, which one at home, one on the road. Obviously, both of them play in a dome, though, and then they play Dallas, which is in a dome as well. So I think that benefits Jared Goff, and I feel like the Lions pull it back together here, beat the Broncos.
Shit. I'm actually going to not say fuck you, Cameron, this week. I'm picking the Broncos. Actually, no, still fuck you, but I'm taking the Broncos.
Still fuck you, but I'm taking the Broncos. All right.
I don't know. I don't think they're going to be. I think they're still going to be torn up by losing to the fucking Bears.
Yeah, that's true. Denver's been red hot, too, so I can't get too angry.
I kind of want to see the Broncos win it, too. I want to see them take over their division.
That would be cool. Pass up the Chiefs.
That'd be sick.
Chiefs just win the AFC West every year. I want to see something different.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I'm kind of rooting for the Broncos a little bit. Kind of. Hate to say
Closet
it, but
Broncos
I'm doing
fan
it.
over here.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck off.
I'm rooting for the story.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then Sunday games. Chicago is taking on Cleveland. Bears just beat the Lions.
There's life.
Is that going to be enough? There's life in that team. I'll tell you that.
Sadly.
I think I'm still
It's at
going Cleveland though.
yeah. It's at Cleveland.
Yeah.
Probably gonna take Cleveland too.
I think the Bears will probably give them a run for their money. But
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a close one.
yeah, but I think Joe Flacco is going to play well another week, and I think the Browns are going to get it done. So,
Mhm.
then we got Tampa Bay at Green Bay. All right, so if you didn't see the TikTok, uh, we have cursed the Green Bay Packers. I believe we like directly determine if they are going to win or not. Basically, all the way back to week 9, and then even before that, I think it goes all the way to week 5, and then only week 8 was different. But if all of us pick the Packers to lose, they end up winning. And
Yeah,
then
I've
if
been doing it for a
even
while, so I'm
even
taking
one of
Tampa
us
Bay.
pick the Packers to win, they end up losing. So
I'm taking the Bucks.
yeah, in order to restore the Packers' winning hopes and continue the streak, I'm gonna go Tampa Bay.
Did someone pick the Packers to win last week?
I picked them to win, and Bryce picked them to win.
Dirty fucks.
I know.
That's why.
I thought we could
That's
get
what
away from
happened.
it. We are forever cursed.
Unbelievable.
So I know we might get some. See, when I put this pick 'em out, and then I put Tampa Bay, hopefully getting a sweep against Green Bay,
We're gonna get clowned on.
people are going to be like, well, how are you going to think Tampa Bay is going to win? Obviously, they're not in on the pot.
We don't want them to win, all right, assholes. It's just
They're
it's
just.
scientifically proven that if we pick against them, they win.
It's basically
Fuck up.
an inside joke that they're not in on. You
Yeah.
got to watch the pot
Yeah.
to get it.
If
So
you- I'm not
even
gonna
though
say
no
it.
one will.
Holy hell!
But yeah, so we're taking Tampa Bay.
Maybe if you degenerates would listen from time to time, you would know what we're doing.
Crack the whip on them. Jesus.
Not for the people, the 3 other people besides us that
Yeah.
listen to it to get our
Right.
combined 5 views.
Yeah.
But
Houston
yeah.
at Tennessee.
Houston.
I'm going to go Houston as well, I think. If CJ Stroud should be back, right? He got hurt last week against the Jets, but I think he's going to be
Did he?
back. Yeah,
You
he
know,
did. So Houston there. Then we got Jets at Miami.
when's Aaron coming back?
December 24th, they're saying.
Oh, fuck it. I'm taking the Dolphins.
I'm going to take the Dolphins too. I think Jets could be good if Aaron comes back, but they're pretty far out of the playoff race, I think. So he might not even come back at all. Just let him heal. But I think it's going to be one of those situations where Aaron's going to be like, let me back in, I want to play. But the team's going to be like, no, we're going to shut you down for the year because we don't have a chance.
It's so dumb to like want to come back and play. Like you're just coming back.
It's
from
just
it,
the competitor in him, I think.
I guess, but still.
Yeah.
Why risk going out there at the end of the season and getting hurt?
Yeah, tearing
make
your
sense.
fucking Achilles again. Re-tearing it, and then probably ending your career then.
Yeah.
Unless you have some miraculous comeback, but who knows?
Well, go sit in a cave.
Okay. Then we got Chiefs at Patriots. I think I'm taking Chiefs. They get back one here and they
Okay.
win.
So listen,
Oh boy.
hear me out.
Got a theory for me here?
Hear me out. It's not who I think is going to win for this pick. It's who I want to win. I'm picking the Patriots. I don't think they're going to win, and I know they're not going to, but fuck Patrick Mahomes.
Because he's a bitch.
He's a bitch. A little baby back bitch.
Mason's going to come on the fucking pod in the next week or two with a shirt that says Patrick Mahomes is a bitch.
I'm going to get a Patrick Mahomes jersey and just like write some bad shit on it.
Yeah, instead of Mahomes in the back, it's just going to say baby.
Pussy
back
boy.
bitch. Yeah. So then Giants. Fucking, I almost said Danny DeVito. Tommy DeVito has been rolling,
Yeah.
and then they play the Saints.
I'm going to pick the Giants.
Oh, he's picking the
The
Giants.
Giants.
Saints beat the Panthers last week, right? And I
That's
think
the Panthers, though. What is
Yeah.
that saying?
I think the Saints might sneak and take the South this year. So I
Okay.
might go. I'm gonna go. Not the Giants, but I'm gonna go with the Saints. What do you do for the Saints? Like a praying thing?
I don't fucking know. Nothing. Drugs because they're in New Orleans.
Just lost the New Orleans audience we didn't have.
Yeah. Hopefully, when they do listen, they don't look back at this.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Atlanta at Carolina. Atlanta.
Yeah.
Carolina might not win another football game this year. I think that's pretty accurate to say.
That's so funny.
Sorry, Dalton. He's probably gonna, if he sends me his pick and picks,
I bet you pick some.
Gonna pick the Panthers.
Mm.
Then we got Washington at the Rams. I'm taking the Rams in this game. They just went to look at that leg. Okay, there we go. They just went toe to toe with the Ravens.
Yeah.
Didn't win, but
I don't think I can pick Washington over the Rams.
the Rams are back. Stafford was playing very good. Cooper Kupp, Puka Nakua, they're back. They're playing
Pretty
good.
stacked, kind of.
Yeah, they're kind of underrated. I think they're probably get into the playoffs at the end here because they're in the hunt.
Yeah.
I think if the Packers can play decent, it might be Packers-Rams in those last two playoff spots because it's either going to be Eagles or Cowboys in the 5th seed, but the 6th and 7th seed are wide open right now.
Mhm.
So then we got Niners at Cardinals. Gonna pick the
Niners.
pretty easily here.
Cardinals are winning it now.
Yeah, totally. And then we got Dallas at Buffalo.
Oh, fuck.
This is a tough one.
Kind of.
It's at the Bills Stadium.
At the Trough Stadium.
At different. Oh yeah, they're the only one to have the troughs.
Yes.
Trough culture. Now the Bills aren't as much trough culture as the Eagles are.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I really like Dallas this year. But historically against good teams, I don't know if you want to call Buffalo a good team, they haven't been good on the road. So I think I'm gonna go with the Bills in this game in a upset, if you will.
I'm kind of thinking it too, but I don't know. I don't know what I want to pick here.
We're gonna get a lot of heat from Dallas fans if we all go Bills.
I do want the Bills to win, and I need the Bills to do good.
Joshy Boo.
So I can beat Nick.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck you, Nick. I'm choosing the Bills.
Wow.
Just because I need Josh Allen to ball out.
We're getting dunked on for that one.
I don't give a fuck. Dunk
Let
my
him know.
balls in your mom's mouth.
Wow. All right.
Keep it in.
Keep it in. Baltimore at Jacksonville.
Baltimore. Yeah.
Gonna be pretty easy. Jacksonville been kind of shaky with T-Law in that high ankle sprain. I mean, he's kind of that's kind of been an issue for him. I'm surprised he's even playing with it, but
yeah,
he
so fast too. Like he didn't even take a week off. Like he had that one game.
Yeah, he didn't.
Part of that one game.
He didn't even take a week off for it. He just fucking came right back. It was insane. But
he's got that dog in him.
Got that dog. And then we got.
He's like that pit bull named Princess. Vicious.
Yeah, projectile.
She doesn't bite.
She doesn't bite? Come on. You can pet her. She don't bite. All right, then Monday night, final game of the week, we got Philly playing Seattle. This one's in Seattle. Both of these teams have struggled recently. Ooh, that's going to show up in the recording. Dope. Who do you think gets back to form here? Who do you think gets a W?
Philly.
I would agree with you. I think this is kind of a checkup game for Philly to get back in form. And
this is another fuck you, Nick moment because it's the Seahawks. So Philly.
Yeah.
And I think
you don't know. You think you don't know?
Yeah. I'm not sure what to think, all right?
Yeah. That's fair. So yeah, that's week 15 pick'em. I'll probably get Bryce's results and probably get Dalton's results.
Hopefully.
Nick, I wouldn't count on it. So, that's it for this episode of the Cheap Seats Podcast, episode number 45.
Mm-hmm.
Join us next week for the Christmas extravaganza that we might have, because that one's going to come out on the 22nd. I don't know if we're going to do anything different, but it's going to be an episode.
Yes.
That's what I know. We'll give the homeboys a shout out here. There it is. Once again, if you haven't done it, we're not getting paid to say this at all, but I just like the stuff we have, so I think you should check it out. But you should go.
Get coasters.
We did get cool coasters that they made us. It was pretty sick. So if you check out Doorborn, you will see that Doorborn is a Door County lifestyle clothing brand offering originally designed quality clothing and performance wear made for those who love Door County by those who know the place best. Learn more about Doorborn and shop online at doorborn.com. Follow them on Instagram and Facebook at door_born. Show coasters. He already did that. Yes. So yeah, like I said,
should be like Vanna White off the Wheel of Fortune.
There you go. These guys are they're just
They're
friends of the
legit.
podcast. They're legit. I love the stuff they have. I want to get a crew neck
I
pretty
don't know
soon
if you
here.
could really see, but they're pretty well
They're
made.
quality. The camera doesn't really pick it up too
Yeah,
well, but
and they're kind of dirty.
a little
right
dirty.
now, but
They've had some use, but
even the back, they put little tabs on it for you.
like I
Aren't
said,
sliding around everywhere.
doesn't scratch your coffee table at all. These dudes are legit.
And
So
look at
go
this.
check out their
Oh,
stuff.
They can't see it because our thing. But anyways,
Uh,
if you take that off,
I've had great experience with them so far. So
as you can see,
yeah,
they don't move.
and little business shout out here. If you'd like to have your brand sponsored on the podcast or brought up in an ad read, please contact us.
Yes.
We'll be looking forward to that, and we might have some stuff working out in the future. I'm not going to confirm anything or deny anything, but something is in the works.
Yes.
In the air. Alrighty, we're done.
Goodbye.
Oh, that was